5:50 a.m. in a rainy Sawston. Most of us are asleep. 71-year-old Rex is happy working.
It's the best time of the day, the mornings. It's by far. You see the dawn come up and everything else, and it's great. You hear the birds.
Unlike many, Rex had no intention of retiring in his 60s. 2 years ago, he saw an ad for a job that's almost gone, but hasn't been forgotten.
A milkman's job sounds quite appealing to me. I'm used to getting up first thing in the morning. I'm a morning person and that, so I phoned up Plum's Dairies, and he said, yes, we've got a job, come down and see me. So I do this voluntary, I must admit. I do it out of choice, not out of necessity, really.
And he's found a younger boss, who's only in his late 60s.
He looks very fit and well. He told me at the interview that he was an ex-pentathlete. Well, what more can you want? Somebody who's fit, somebody who wants to work. So that's just what I want to hear, music to my ears.
And the customers seem to like him as well.
Good job I took my curlers out.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
What do you think of him? Is he okay?
He is good, yeah. Very good, yeah. Pity when he's on holiday.
Traditionally, the milkman is the housewife's friend, but for how much...
And it's still a job that relies on relationships, trust, getting to know your customers.
So I've just had a bit of bad news this morning. One of my customers who I go to regularly on a basis has just died. He died about 2 days ago.
Back at base by 8, the round's done, but he'll be back on the road again at 3 tomorrow morning. Rex doesn't do lions. Jozef Hall, BBC Look East, Cambridgeshire. Budgeons called the clampers in after business tailed off when their customers couldn't find spaces. However, after years of seemingly free parking, locals have found the changes hard to take.
I've parked in that spot for the last 20 years.
So there's all signs up in here now, you can't park.
My wife can just about walk.
I wasn't 10 minutes.
Well, sir,
well, you prove it was 10 minutes.
Well, sir, I won't prove it. The office go through the...
I can prove how long I was in here by the length of time I was on this phone.
Sir, why did you choose to ignore the signs? Tell me.
Because I've done it for 20 years.
Well, that's why you got clamped. Disgruntled motorists say these tactics have been bullish, immoral and money-grabbing.
I didn't read it. When did you see me reading the sign?
When you got out of your vehicle. You got out your...
I'm very sorry, mate. You did not see me read that sign at all.
Instead of just coming out and saying, look, it's private property, if you choose to stay here, we'll clamp you. They don't bother saying that. They just clamp you and then want all your money.
Come on, this is sleepy Cambridgeshire. Surely slapping a ticket on someone's window whilst they're in the car with the engine running.
Wait. But what will happen then is you'll get a lot of people aware that they won't park here and leave it, but what they'll do is they'll all park in here and just all sit in their vehicles, so you still have to do something.
Are you bully boys?
No, not at all. I'm a family man.
Not at all, we're both family men.
Today several people have received refunds and visitors to the neighbouring British Heart Foundation have been told that they're safe. However, the signs are there for all to see, and these men stress they're not committing any crimes. Who's the victims here?
Definitely us. We're the ones that get abused and punched.
Jozef Hall, BBC Look East, St Ives.
It's lambing time across the region, but a new disease means farmers are even more vigilant than usual. The Schmallenberg virus is spread by midges and causes birth defects in calves and lambs. Jozef Hall is on a farm near Peterborough now. Joseph.
Susie, this little guy is just over an hour old. He's absolutely gorgeous and he represents a pretty picturesque, perfect scene. And that's one that's probably replicated across the best part of the country because there are over 60,000 sheep farms, most of them lambing right now. But sadly, of those 60,000, 209 of them are affected with the Schmallenberg virus. As you can see, our region accounts for more than its fair share. In fact, we've got more than a quarter of those 209 affected farms. Now, for the best part of last night and today, I've been here on this farm to see what it's like from a farmer's point of view, not only living with Schmallenberg, stay there, but also without it. 2 a.m. on York Farm, and it's time to check on the lambs. By 4 o'clock, it's the same again. The lambing season's tough, but it's rewarding. However, with Schmallenberg nearby, a sense of fear now threatens this magical time of the year. At what stage do you realise they're okay?
Well, obviously if they're deformed, you'll be able to tell straight away when you feel and put your hand in, but sometimes you get the odd lamb that's not right in the head and it's a bit dopey. a bit of love and attention, and it'll take a day or so to come round.
Well, Robert behind me's had a busy night. He's got 300 ewes here, and about 2:30 this morning they started lambing. 7 ewes, 12 lambs, all of them so far healthy, no sign of the dreaded Schmallenberg. A healthy lamb will fetch around £90 at market, but Schmallenberg's more than just a financial worry to farmers.
I've always loved the sheep. I was brought up with sheep, but I think it's quite distressing when you see things like this happening. To me, farming, that's what farming's about, having livestock on the farm.
Yeah, care about them as much as someone would care about their children, I suppose. No one wants to see any poorly or sick animals. We care for them as much as we can and give them the best life as possible.
It's a cruel disease and an invisible one until birth, but by then it's too late, leaving farmers little choice but to concentrate on the healthy ones.
Just going round the sheep that are out in the field, looking for any that are lambing or have lambed.
Farms without Schmallenberg say that drought's their biggest concern, but the lambing and calving seasons are notoriously long, and with so little known about Schmallenberg, no one's home and dry yet. Well, I'm pleased to say that York Farm today, it seems, has got away with any cases of Schmallenberg, but they know it's in the area. Now, talking to DEFRA today, they've confirmed that there are between 10 and 20 more farms every week being diagnosed with cases of Schmallenberg. Now, you may remember about a month ago, we spoke to Suffolk farmer Clive Slightholme. He was hit terribly hard. He lost 75 sheep in his first session of lambing. I spoke to him again yesterday to see how he was getting on, and he said, although this is a terrible disease, we need to keep it in perspective. He said, I could lose up to 50 lambs in one night of bad weather. So Schmallenberg, awful though it is, it could have been worse. And I think that represents just how tough our farmers are. Back to you.
Joseph, thank you very much.
One way or another, metal thefts affect nearly everyone, from rail operators to telecoms, farms to memorials. The war against the thieves is gaining momentum.
Well, we've just received a call from our control room to say that a camera is shown an activation. It is a site where we've had recent cable thefts.
The early hours of this morning with Network Rail, patrolling known hotspots between London and Cambridge. Using night vision technology and liaising with British Transport Police, not much gets past them.
Yeah, electric cable. I think it's all been painted out. We've got to do something about it. I mean, people are nicking the cable, putting their lives at risk. They're putting delays into our service we're trying to run for commuters.
Have you seen a difference in the lengths these thieves will go to?
Yeah, I mean, we had a death not so long ago where the guy had a hacksaw in his hand, and I don't think they understand, and they need to understand that going on the railway, they're going to get killed.
Stripping the heart out of Britain, today police chiefs, ministers and security experts debated the issue in Kettering. At the top of the agenda, banning cash payments for scrap.
We want to get cash out of the system, bring in proper traceability and make sure payments are made by some means by which everyone can know who that payment was made to.
Limiting thefts like this. Andy Johnson was forced to invest in CCTV when his Crocodile Farms 16-foot bronze mascot was stolen.
Brought a truck into a car park and loaded it up and gone.
What were your thoughts? Because it's not the kind of thing you'd assume someone would carry away.
I wish I could have chucked them in with the real ones. That's me ultimate thoughts.
At around £10 a metre, British Telecom protect their cable with an invisible marker die called Smart Water. Now the Mayor of Ely's followed their leads to protect the city's bronze memorial plaques.
It's a shame that we have this sort of culture where people will take things and irrespective of what the meaning is. But nevertheless, what else do we do?
At today's major conference in Kettering, representatives of the scrap metal industry say plans to outlaw cash payments for scrap could drive the illegal trade in stolen metal further underground. Joseph Hall, BBC Look East.